You know, when you meditate on things, you find answers. When you concentrate on things, you find answers. So, as I was watching the Philip Muhammad versus Ali Muhammad debate, they talked about Farrakhan. Ali Muhammad mentioned some about the mothership, the UFO. Okay, so somehow I look up something, and I get a long list of Farrakhan videos talking about UFOs and the mothership. So I always been interested in UFOs and motherships because they're out there. I mean, we all know they're out there. And Hitler used this technology. He used people that had the ability to go into a trance and summon the knowledge from these extraterrestrials, sort of like how they did in the Bible days, and I'll get into that later. Sort of how they did in order to write down, in order to write the scripture in the Bible. It came from inspiration from the gods, the extraterrestrials. So it's the same thing what this female was doing. She was went into a deep trance or meditation and talked to a higher form of power in order to build these UFO crafts. But anyway, we all know that UFOs are here. I mean, we see them. A lot of the stuff we see on YouTube is fake. As far as a lot of people are using the CGI, and some of it could be government, because government like to put out a lot of misinformation to just mind fuck the people. But the UFOs are real. I mean, they're real. The government, when the government is in real denial of them, because they exist. I mean, we have proof. Even from ancient times, they talked about the gods, the UFOs, the gods coming from the sky, teaching mankind. Okay, so they exist. You have the Dogon tribe. Dogon tribe talk about the gods from the sky. The Dogon tribe says that they're from outer space. They're from a planet called Sirius. They say they come from there. They actually said, from thousands and thousands of years ago, they was visited by the gods. You can look it up on YouTube. They talk about being visited by the gods. Gods coming down to earth teaching man. You can also look up the Sumerians. The Sumerians talk about the Anunnaki, gods coming from the heavens teaching mankind. So this goes back to ancient times, y'all. So yeah, the UFOs exist. Extraterrestrial higher powers exist. People that look like us, that we used to call gods, or God, they exist. Okay, so let's get that straight. Yes, it's real. But I want to talk about the purpose of the UFOs, the motherships, because they had contact with humankind in the past, and a lot of us wonder, well, why don't they land and just tell us they're here and introduce themselves, and because why are they just flying around in the sky? Why are they, we see them flying. Why are they doing that? Why aren't they landing? Why aren't they making peace with us? Why aren't they communicating with us? Why are they flying around in our air zones? Playing with us. Running from us. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're playing with us. So the question is the purpose of the mothership UFOs. I'm pretty sure they have the technology to be invisible. They have the technology to cloak themselves invisible. Invisibility. We have that technology now. So if they're millions of years in advance or thousands of years advanced, they have the technology to be invisible. So why don't they? Well, they want to be seen. They want to be seen, and as I concentrated on this, the reason that they're visible, for one thing, they want to intimidate. They're not friendly. So let's get that straight. You see the cute crafts, the saucer crafts, and they're not friendly people. They're indifferent towards us. They're not friendly. They're not friendly. They don't give a fuck if we see them or not. They're indifferent. It's an intimidation factor. They want us to see them. I call it an intimidation factor. They haven't made peace with the whole population of the earth. They haven't made peace for a reason. They haven't announced themselves to the whole population of the world, which they could do if they wanted to, but they haven't done it. But you can say they've done it because we all see on YouTube, we all see them flying in the air in their crafts. But they haven't officially done it. So I say it's an intimidation factor because they could have done it a long time ago. They could have announced themselves publicly to the whole world a long time ago. So they're hiding. It's a reason they're hiding. Okay, so I see it as intimidation because, like I said, they can cloak themselves invisible if they want to, but they don't want to. And so they allow themselves to be seen by our Air Force. They allow themselves to be seen, and sometimes they fly right along next to our airplanes. Just to mock us, just to be intimidating. And then when we try to chase them, that's when they play games and they speed off real quick. So it could be an intimidation factor. Like, yeah, we watching you, we here, and we're faster than you. You can't catch us. Try to catch us if you can. You can't. That's also a mockery thing. They're mocking us. They fly right next to our planes, and when we try to follow them, or when we try to get a closer look, that's when they speed off. It's a cat and mouse game that they're playing with us. It's passive aggressiveness also, because they haven't officially announced themselves. Because if they have, we wouldn't be chasing them. So they're telling us that they're out there. We can't do nothing about it. They're faster than us. They have better technology than us, and we can't do nothing about it but watch. They giving us all them signs. They saying, look at me, I'm right next to you. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing about it. I'm in your airspace. You can't do nothing about it. And if you try to follow me, I'm just gonna blow you away. I'm just gonna speed off so quick you can't even catch me. They're boasting. I talked about awareness. They're letting you know, hey, we here. We want you to see us. We're here. We want your government because we know you're going to report back to your government. So we like, look. So they like, look, yes, we here. We watching you. We know everything you're doing. We are in control. You're not. We have the power to do what we want to do to you, and you can't do nothing about it. That's pretty much what the UFOs are saying, ladies and gentlemen. And okay, and let's talk about where do they live. My opinion is that they live on Earth. They don't live in no faraway galaxy. They don't live in no on no other planet. This is their home. They live on Earth. They live on Earth. They've been living on Earth for millions of years. I believe. They always been here. I think they're probably the extraterrestrials that created mankind. I think they are the beings that created us. I do. I think they're the beings that created us, are in charge of us, or is ruling over us. I think they created us. I really do. Where do they live if they live here? Some of them, I believe, live amongst us. I believe some of them. We've been here so long. They've been here so long. They've been here before us. So they know how to blend in with us. They know how to look like us. Well, we actually look like them. We look like them. They don't look like us. We look like them. So they can set up spies amongst us in our government. Hell, they can even be celebrities. Some of these people can be entertainers, celebrities. Some of these people could be governors, congressmen, presidents, generals. They live among us as spies. I really do believe that some of them do. Their home, I believe, they live in underground cities. They've been here millions of years. They've built underground cities. Some people would say Middle Earth, Agartha. If you don't know about Agartha, look it up. Some people would say they live in Middle Earth. They're real. Another question, what are we to them? What are we to them? We are their children, their project, their experiment, their pets. They observe us as we observe lions in their natural habitat in the jungles of Africa. They somewhat interfere and they somewhat don't interfere in our lives, as we don't interfere in lions' lives, and we somewhat do interfere in lions' lives, and we somewhat don't. They watch our progress. They set up boundaries like men set up boundaries when they live amongst the wild creatures in the jungle. So these extraterrestrials, these gods, have set up boundaries as far as the life of mankind. They've set up boundaries in our lives. They've set up borders in our lives, in our minds, in our way of life, maybe in our land also. They've set up borders so we can't interfere, and so we can't interfere in their lives. They've set up land boundaries that we can't cross into their land, into their habitat. They also set up division amongst us. They've set up division amongst us, so we stay divided. Divide and conquer is their motto, because they fear us. They're intimidated by us. They don't want us to live in peace and harmony and build. It is in their best interest to keep us divided. It is in their best interest to keep us fighting each other. These are the gods. The God in the Bible is proof. The God in the Bible, He don't want us to be at peace with each other. He wants us to fight each other. They want us to be at war. They want us to be at dissension amongst each other. They don't want us to be at peace. Even Jesus said that. Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Confirms everything I was meditating about. Confirms everything that I came to the conclusion of just by concentrating on this subject and just using common sense and looking at the history of man will tell you these higher beings do not want us to be at peace. Even the Bible confirms that. Confirms what I'm saying. The Bible confirms it. Backs what I'm saying up. And how it confirms it, as like I said, the gods don't want us to be together as one, because when we come together as one people, one tongue, we can't be stopped. We build great things. Anything we do is possible, and the gods fear that. They don't want that. They don't want us to surpass them, so they keep us in division. Tower of Babel, another example. Genesis chapter 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. People, do you realize the Bible reads like a 5-year-old? It's very simple. These people were building great things with great technology, but it's a simple read for a simple-minded person. It's unintelligible. It's unintelligible. It doesn't read. It reads for a primitive mind. The Bible is very primitive. So it read, I mean, whoever wrote it so it could be understood by the simplest of us. That's why it's written like it is. Okay. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they shall have all one language. Let me read that again. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Now you know it's deeper than that, but they giving us the third grade story. You see how the Bible reads like a third grade, elementary rated book? You know it's way deeper than. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon. What exactly happened? The Bible don't really tell you what exactly happened. Okay, therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So there you go. It's way deeper than that, but the Bible just tells you the surface, gives you the quick story. It ain't gonna give you the details, it just gives you the quick surface of the story. So there you go. These spaceships, these same UFOs that we see today, were already here back in those days. And when they saw man progressing together, building together, in unity together, the spaceship came down, the gods got out, interfered, taught man, scattered man, confused man, taught men different languages, or taught men different things, or whatever, confused them, and this is what we have today. We have men in division fighting amongst each other, thanks to your UFOs. They're not our friends. The Bible God don't even, that's why I can't even follow the Bible God, because he's not our friend. He don't even read like our, when you read the shit he do, why would you follow something like that? When you read the Bible and read what God tells man to do, and just read this character flaw of God, this personality flaw of God in the Bible, why would you follow somebody like that? Because you're a fucking coward bitch. These Hebrew Israelites, God is a man of war. God ain't right. But you follow him because you's a pussy, because you scary, because you his bitch. God is a man of war. God ain't right in the Bible, man. That God is not right. That God is dead. A person that acts like a God that acts like that, and he's not even a God, he's just a person with a higher, maybe has a higher intelligence. That's exactly what he is. Person a being that has a higher intelligence over the creatures over the beings he made. That God in the Bible has something to do with creating mankind. So that God in the Bible is very intelligent, has thousands or millions of years, is advanced more, probably thousands and millions, is advanced in thousands and millions of years in technology than we are. He knows more. So when he created us, of course we're going to think, oh, that's God. That's God. Oh, almighty God. Yeah. That don't make him perfect. That don't make him right. We can clone. We have the technology today to clone people. So, does that make us perfect though? No. Does that make us right? No, it don't. Neither was that God in the Bible. A person like that in the Bible that rules over people like he did, more than likely is dead now. That is not eternal. That is not eternal peace. A being like that is not of eternal peace, so they can't live. They can't live forever. That entity will die one day because he's not eternal. His thinking is not eternal. His thinking is temporary. His thinking is not eternally peaceful. So a being like that, I don't care what dimension they're in, they will not live forever. They will die out one day. That God in the Bible has died. I think that's my personal opinion. He's dead. Maybe he has other people that still think that way, and they're still in charge today. But that individual God, he's dead. But and these same extraterrestrials, these same so-called gods, inspired man to write the Bible. The Bible is just another boundary. It's just another hindrance. It's just another psychological divided distraction for mankind to soak up. They inspired man to write the Bible. The Bible is just another distraction to keep us divided. And these extraterrestrials, these gods, are well in tune to our psychological mindset. They're well in tune to it. Just like when he created the garden, he kicked Adam and Eve out of the garden. That was a psychological test. They are well in tune to our psychological mindset. They know our actions before we even take them. They are well in tune to our psychological mindset of interpretation. That's why after reading the Bible or other religious texts, it then begats division instead of unity amongst the people. You may have, when you read the Bible, you may have 20 people that agree with a certain interpretation. You're going to have 20 other people that don't agree with that certain interpretation. Division. You then have all these different sects of religion that don't like each other, that war with each other. And it's all inspired from an extraterrestrial source. There's your Tower of Babel again. Matthew chapter 10:34. Do not suppose I come to bring, this is what Jesus said, do not suppose I come to bring peace on the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Now, we don't actually know if Jesus said that, but they put it in there that Jesus said it. It don't matter. Whoever said it, it came from a higher inspired extraterrestrial source, and that's exactly what's going on. These extraterrestrials, these people in these UFOs, these beings in these UFOs have not come to bring peace on this planet. They've come to bring division, and they're watching their plan continue. We see them flying in the skies. Everything is going to this plan. Mankind is warring at each other. Mankind is divided, and they loving it. That's why they don't show that's why they don't show themselves. They don't need to. Their plan is working. At the end of the day, it's all about control. We are in a zoo. We are their pet humans. They will only let us get so far. I even suffice to say they live among us as spies, keeping up dissension. What does dissension mean? Dissension means disagreement that leads to discord. Synonyms: difference of opinion, dispute, dissent, conflict, friction, strife, discord, antagonism, infighting. This is what God wanted. He wanted all this amongst us. This is what those people in the UFOs want. They want all that. The Hebrew Israelites call them God. Well, they may be God. Guess what? God is not good. They're not the gods that created the heaven and the earth. They're not the God that created the universe, because that God is not even physical. These creatures, these extraterrestrials, these beings are physical. The consciousness that created the heaven, the earth, the universe is not even physical. It's a consciousness. These beings are physical, and they have a time limit. And their ships can be destroyed. They're not God. They're just beings that are more advanced than human beings. That's all they are. You can call them God, you can worship them all you want, but they're not the true consciousness of creation. They're a product of creation. They're not the masters of creation themselves. They didn't create the planet. They didn't create the stars. They didn't create the suns. They didn't create the moon. Creation created their ass. And they may have created us. We may be their little pet monkeys. But this is why mankind is in turmoil. This is why mankind is in trouble. This is why mankind's life is in the trouble that is in. Because we can't be at peace when we have a higher power controlling us, causing dissension amongst us, causing division amongst us, causing us to fight amongst each other for their entertainment. We are their entertainment. We are the gods' entertainment. When we fight, the gods have a front row seat, like they're watching a fucking football game or some shit. They getting off on it. They like it. They like the fact that we fighting and killing each other. They getting off. They probably having fucking tours, UFO tours. Come see the rebellious humans killing each other. Come see World War II. Get a front row seat. Come watch World War II. They didn't interfere. Maybe they did interfere. Maybe they came in. Maybe they was helping Hitler kill, some of our planes. Maybe they wanted to get in on the fun. Because they had Foo Fighters in World War II. Was it World War II? Yes. They had Hitler had Foo Fighters. Hitler had UFOs. Who gave them the technology? Hell, the higher beings gave Hitler the technology to make UFOs. Shit, they was in on the war. They was warring. They didn't interfere. They interfered a little bit, having their fun, but they jumped out of it too. That's why the earth is so nasty. That's why the planet is so nasty. We got nasty beings in control, ruling over us. They gave us the Bible. It's not even a book of peace. It's a book of war. Inspired by God. Of course it is. Because he's a man of war, like the Hebrew talks about. That's why we don't live in peace, y'all. this God, these beings are Hitler. That's why they helped Hitler. They're just like Hitler. Hitler just like them. They love warring. That's why the earth is in so much trouble, man. We are, maybe this is hell on earth. We are being controlled by some selfish beings. And maybe that's why we are the way we are, because we are just like them. They are our parents. And we are nasty like them. We are greed like them. We are greedy like them. We are evil like them. We have good in us. They have good in them. We have good and evil in us. We are just like our mother and our father up in heaven. That's why we act the way we act here. We just like them. This is our life. And I think I hit it on the head. Peace.